Our heart goes out to all those folks who've lost not only personal property, but their homes, and some lost lives.
Now at 4, fanning out across Florida. We've got the role Hoosiers are playing right now in that state's massive recovery effort.
And we've got 80s as we open up the weekend, but a big drop in the numbers next week. We time out the frost.
And a pair of hit and runs are under investigation in Indy. One involving a 14-year-old who was riding his bike. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Nearly 24 AES workers from the state of Indiana are right now in Florida helping with that cleanup from Hurricane Milton. Thanks for inviting us in. It's 4 o'clock. I'm Scott Swan in today for Dustin.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. The AES workers are joining thousands of other utility workers from across the country who are canvassing the state, working to restore power to millions, including those hit by Hurricane Helene.
Mary Bell Gonzalez has the story today.
Double destruction in the Sunshine State.
I think the complicating factor here is going to be there's 2 storms.
Hurricane Helene made landfall in Florida as a deadly Category 4 hurricane, carving a 500-mile path of destruction across 6 states. Then Milton hit as a Category 3 storm, bringing tornadoes, torrential rain, and storm surge.
And having 2 major hurricanes in less than 3 weeks has really decimated our downtown area.
In Valrico, Hillsborough County deputies are still evacuating people from flooded homes.
We're 6 feet deep. We have some people who believe that it might get as high as 20 feet.
In Pinellas County, hundreds remain in shelters, some who've been there for weeks.
We have over 170 people that have actually been in shelters with us since Hurricane Helene.
The rescues and relief pouring in.
Our available force represents the largest National Guard response in Florida.
We have an additional $50 million on top of what we did for Hurricane Helene.
FEMA says people will need to apply for separate hurricane relief for each storm.
We're just going to have to continue to work with each person as they're working through understanding what they experienced from Helene, what they experienced from Milton, so they can get everything that they're eligible for.
While victims assess the damage left behind, moments of hope and resilience begin to emerge.
We had a beautiful baby girl that was born in one of our shelters. Our shelter staff helped with the delivery.
I'm Mary Bell Gonzalez reporting.
One person is dead today following a hit and run on the northeast side of Indianapolis.
13 News reporter Anna Chalker has the latest in the investigation.
Keystone Avenue is now open after being closed for hours during the morning rush as they had this section of the road closed off, looking for the driver in a fatal hit-and-run crash. Just after 5 Friday morning, Metro Police responded to 25th and Keystone on a report of a person down. When they arrived, they found a man lying in the road who they believe was struck by a vehicle. Medics pronounced the victim dead at the scene. Throughout the morning, police searched the area for any evidence that could lead them to the suspect vehicle. As police continue to look for that suspect vehicle, they urge anyone with any information to reach out to them. In Indianapolis, Anna Chalker, 13 News.
Also today at 4, we're looking into a hit and run that left a juvenile in critical condition. All of this happening on the far east side of Indianapolis. Police tell us a car struck the young victim on his bike, which did not have any lights on it. The child was taken to Riley Hospital. Right now, police are urging people to take extra precautions when riding at night.
If you're going to be walking along the roadway or riding in the roadway, you need to have some lights on a bicycle. But even a person walking should probably have some reflective clothing on or carry a flashlight, because unfortunately people do not see people walking out there until the very last second, and by then it's too late.
This afternoon, police are still looking for the driver responsible. IMPD is also investigating a homicide this afternoon on the south side of Indianapolis. IMPD got this call around 11 last night about a person shot on Park Haven Way. That's near Madison and Southern Avenue. When officers got to the scene, they found a man with gunshot wounds. He died at the hospital. Investigators tell us there was barely any evidence at the scene. Right now, they're looking around the residence where it happened. Police say they don't believe there's any threat to the public. And if you've got any tips for detectives, you can call Crime Stoppers. You don't have to give your name. Phone number is 317-262-TIPS.
Well, today, State Representative Mitch Gore joined the family of Officer Breanne Leath to celebrate the unveiling of the Officer Breanne Leath Memorial Mile. In 2020, IMPD Officer Breanne Leath was killed in the line of duty while responding to a domestic disturbance. This past legislative session, Gore passed a House resolution to rename the portion of U.S. Highway 52 between Davis Road and German Church Road in honor of Officer Leath's dedicated public service and sacrifice.
But it's important that we do this for people like her son who are standing over there, so that he knows what his mother did for this community, that her selfless service is not forgotten.
Following today's ceremony, Gore held a luncheon for the Leath family, IMPD, and community stakeholders.
Beautiful afternoon here on this Friday in downtown Indianapolis. And Felicia, I must say, this was epic weather today. Cool this morning, sunshine and warm. Well, look, we're going to get the fall weather. That's coming, and that's one of the reasons Sean's coming.
No need to rush it, everybody. And you said beautiful. I was going to say that is an understatement.
I know. Epic weather.
We're
today.
spoiled.
Yeah,
Let's
we
just
are.
face it. After this week, we are spoiled. And by this time next week, it will be interesting to see how many furnaces are turned on.
Okay.
If you're into that sort of thing, the challenge, the
Yeah,
furnace
someone
challenge.
in the newsroom today said they turned the cold air on, they turned the hot air on. I was like, who flip-flops like
They
that?
definitely turned the heat on in our newsroom. It was noticeable.
Yeah, it was a little warm
we
there.
won't go there, though. But they have to test it out for next week.
That's what
I'm telling you. Let's show you the numbers here across central Indiana and another spectacular day. 75 Rushville, 80 Shelbyville. Officially so far 78 in Indy. We were forecasting right around 80 degrees, so we're close to that. 82 degrees in Terre Haute and Lafayette, and 81 in Peru at this hour. Most importantly, severe clear. Though, as we've said, a little bit more haze from that wildfire smoke coming over, and much more tomorrow morning. 78, dew point 47. That is very comfortable. Enjoy it. All you football fans going out for Operation Football tonight, our game of the week. Dom and Dave have you covered. Center Grove, Lawrence North. No clouds to show you here locally. We'll expand to the west, and even with that front, just a little bit of cloud cover. But what you'll notice here, temperatures in the low to mid 80s, KC to St. Louis, and that's where we're going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, again, noticeably more hazy from what's coming in. Some of that wildfire smoke will kind of make the sky much more milky as we go into tomorrow. Here's the breakdown for Saturday. Still going to be warm. We should be well into the 80s here in the afternoon with the southwest wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then buckle up, friends. Here we go. We've got a fall front on the way. When you walk out the door Monday morning, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. And this thing is going to go deep into the lower 48 into next week. Up ahead in the 7-day forecast, we'll let you know when we're expecting our first widespread frost, and we'll see with that in the long-range outlook.
All right, thank you so much, Sean. Here's your check of traffic. We got to look at a map here of what our situation. Everything is looking pretty good on a Friday afternoon. You can actually tell that things are a little bit lighter given the fact that it's Friday. Let's zoom in on an incident that we are experiencing, though. It's happening in the North Split. We're getting reports of an accident there. Take a look at the camera here. You can see the emergency vehicle on the side causing just a slight slowdown. Of course, when you see flashing lights, you want to be sure to move over. This is the North Split, I-70-65. We will keep an eye on this. Hopefully they'll get that cleaned up, cleared out really soon.
Still to come on this Friday afternoon, dozens trapped in an underground tourist mine. We've got the rescue effort to bring everyone up safely.
We'll fill you in on that, plus a horrifying story out of Florida where a man stranded in the ocean survived Hurricane Milton overnight. We'll be right back.